I jumped out the car. I dropped to my knees and started screaming. The police asked us to pull over on the side of Interstate 8. They told us that they had gotten a call that my son was found unresponsive. And after trying to perform CPR for 10 minutes, he was pronounced deceased. We drove home, and I remember screaming the whole way home. So we pulled up to our house, and then when we walked in, the police pulled us aside. We had no idea, so then they said, we believe that he consumed a pill that was laced with fentanyl. Our kids our oldest son found him in his room deceased, and our kids had to try to perform CPR on their own brother. So it's the trauma that they all live with every day as well.
You know, at a time of vulnerability, a time where, you know, us as parents, you know, weren't there. It's a mixture of things that kind of killed a part of our heart. Our son enjoys rap music. He's 17, senior, you know. I can tell him don't listen to it, you know. And so one of his favorite rappers is Juice WRLD. And so one of the things that he mentions a lot is Percocet in his music. My son didn't know what Percocet really does, unless he might have Googled it, you know, it's a opioid, you know. That's the only reference that we are aware of where he heard Percocet. So in essence, him, you know, talking to his friend, that's what he asked for. You know, it wasn't like him going down an alley, seeing a drug dealer. He trusted someone that he was familiar with, that any child, 17, 16, 15, or 14, is gonna, you know, base their trust on. But I think it's very important for our kids to understand that, you know, whether you're even a friend or even a family member, you know, giving you something that you're not familiar with, you know, we gotta think twice before ingesting it.
I think we need to stop the stigma. It's happening. And as much as we want to say it's not, it is. It's in every community. Doesn't matter where you live, your economic background, demographics. It's everywhere. You know, biggest thing is obviously talk to your kids. Have that open lines of communication. Kids want to be heard. Kids want to be listened to. So these drugs are everywhere. They're so cheap to make, highly addictive. You know, just be aware of what your kids are doing. I want to say, you know, behind every statistic, every number out there, there is a face, there is a family, there's people mourning the loss of their loved ones. And, you know, we have to all come together to want to be part of a much needed change too.
The drugs are circulating within high schools and are starting to circulate within middle schools. So if we are naive in saying, well, our high school that our kids go to do not have a drug problem, or even the high school itself saying that they don't have a drug problem, well, that's hurting our youth more than anything, because there is going to be more people that are going to pass away because we're not talking about it. It's there, it's real.
There needs to be more policies in place, and we need to stop these drugs from flowing in.
We need help as a nation, because 5 years from now, what's the new norm? 150,000 people dying every year? We don't want that. I know everybody else out there doesn't want that. I want to also make it clear that, we're not all perfect. We all make mistakes. And we just want to make sure that mistake doesn't end up costing other people's lives.
Yeah, people should be able to learn from their mistakes. Yeah, not just one and done.
perfect. Let me see.